Hello, dear teachers. My name is Tania Jimenez from TaniaTeacherTraining.com, and today we will be talking about teaching with Clil, Content and Language Integrated Learning. But we're not going to talk so much about the content. Instead of that, we're going to focus on the language. Why? Because I have seen some teachers struggling with the implementation of language in their classroom. What do I mean by that? They have become very knowledgeable in terms of the content. They teach biology, history, geography, etc. But how to introduce language at the same time we're teaching content, that's the trick. Okay, so we're going to be working with the genre approach in order to teach with Clil. Let's start, teachers. Stay with me. Okay, what is a genre? A genre is a text type. Okay, imagine you are teaching physical education and you want your students to elaborate a poster or an advertisement about eating healthy food. Okay, so your genre or text type is a persuasion text, but you need to understand the purpose of that text. Okay, what is the purpose? To convince somebody of your own point of view. Now, if you're teaching mathematics and you want to explain the relationship between the perimeter and the area, you're going to need an explanation genre or an explanation text. Okay, but what is the purpose? This kind of text gives reasons for how something works or how something is done. Okay, what about teaching computer technology? Well, you want your students to read or elaborate a review about an app that they recently bought. So you're going to need a review text. What is that? A review is a text that gives a recent opinion about an event, a book, a movie, etc. Finally, I have another example. What if you are teaching history and you want your students to read about the life of Princess Diana? So they will need to read a biography. What is this text? It is a text that retells events in someone's life. What is the relevance of knowing all this? When you know the purpose of a text, you will be able to explain it to students better. These are only some examples. You also have essays, articles, poems, discussions, etc. This can be oral text or written text. When I say text, I can mean both or I can mean one of them. Okay? Once you understand the purpose, you need to know the main features of that text so you can explain it to students. Okay? So let's see the next slide. Okay, here I have some examples of text types. First, I have the persuasion text. The persuasion text has arguments and has a summary with repetition of ideas or words. These are the main features. Okay, here what you see in blue is the elements that are included in the persuasion text, but at a sentence level. Okay, you're going to find an opening statement, you're going to find present tenses, you're going to find the use of should or must, probably. Okay, and what you see in yellow is the elements at a word level in this kind of text. In a persuasion text, you're going to find adjectives, you're going to find comparative and superlative forms, and you're going to find personal pronouns, such as you. Okay, what about this other kind of text? An explanation text. It has factual information, it has definition, normally it has diagrams or maps. Okay, and at sentence level, you're going to find present tenses, passive forms, sequencing of time connectives. And at word level, you're going to find technical vocabulary, impersonal pronouns, and cause and effect connectives. Okay, and we have another kind of text that is an instruction text. which contains a chronological sequence of events. These are the sentences that we find, and this is the vocabulary that we find. A list of materials, a sequencing connective, etc. Okay? So, teachers, it's important for us as teachers to know the purpose of the text that we're going to be dealing with and what it contains in terms of sentences and vocabulary, because from that we're going to take the grammar that we're going to cover with our students. Okay, let's see one example so you know how to teach using the genre approach. Okay, remember we're using the genre approach, so we're going to follow the steps from the genre approach in order to work with Clil. Okay, we have one example here. This is an explanation text, so you're going to analyze with your students here. Step number 1, analyze the purpose of the text, the speaker, or in this case the writer, and the listener or the reader. Okay, step number 1, we analyze with the students. Okay, this is a text, this is a reading. What is the purpose of this reading? To explain things, to explain how something works. Okay, now we're going to show a model to students, a model of the text, like in this case I'm showing this to you. Okay, and we're going to analyze the 3 levels of the text. First, at text level, here. In the explanation text, we're going to find facts, definitions, we're going to find diagrams or maps. So you tell your students what they are looking at. This is an explanation text, and here you find some diagrams, you find facts, you find definitions. Look, current electricity is the flow of electrons that delivers energy to such things, etc., etc. Okay? Then you're going to explain to your students at a sentence level what they're going to find. Okay? This kind of text always has passive forms. And here's one example. When the circuit is connected, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Then you're going to find present tenses. Electricity requires a complete path or circuit to flow. And in there, you're going to find also complex sentences. When the circuit is connected, current flows through the wire and the bulb lights. Okay? At a word level, we're always going to find technical vocabulary. Current, electricity, switch, simple circuit, impersonal pronouns such as it, cause and effect connectives, etc. Okay? So, we analyze the purpose of the text with the students, we show them a model, we explain the 3 levels of analysis in the text, then we design a similar text all together with the students. Okay, now we're going to do our own text, and then you let students design their own text. Another topic, or a topic that is related to the one that you're using, so the content remains doesn't change a lot. Okay, and then you're going to compare, you're going to show your students other text similar to this one, so it's very clear for them what kind of vocabulary is expected to be there, what kind of grammar is expected to be there, and the content. Of course, you're covering the content because you're telling students what current electricity is, who invented the light bulb, how this works, etc. You're covering content, but you're also covering language with this series of steps that are that follow a method or a framework very well designed, thought for your students. Okay, analyzing the purpose, showing a model, designing a similar text, letting them work in their own text, and comparing with other texts. Okay, then I'm going to show you another example. This is an oral text. This is a commercial, okay? We're going to be working with a persuasion text or a persuasion genre. We need to watch the commercial. Let's watch it.
Crispy bacon is now on our Big Mac, fresh beef quarter pounder, and fries. Some think it's the best thing to happen to our classics, and others think it's the best thing to happen to bacon. Either way, enjoy. Now for limited time, get McDonald's classics with bacon.
All right, teachers. Now we're going to apply the same principles and the same steps. First of all, this is a commercial. So it's a persuasion text. You're going to start analyzing the purpose of the text with your students. What is the purpose of the commercial? Well, to sell the hamburger, to convince me that I should buy the hamburger, right? Okay, so that is the main purpose of this persuasion text. Now, I am going to analyze with the student the 3 levels. What do you find in this kind of text? What did you find in the commercial? Well, I found a lot of adjectives. I found superlative form, comparative form, and I found some repetition of ideas, okay? As you can see here, at the text level, we find arguments. The argument is also the price because they mention, sorry, a good price for the combo. And then at a sentence level, they showed us an opening statement to get our attention, and then we found some present tenses, okay? And some imperative forms that are typical from commercials, like enjoy, okay, enjoy the hamburger. And you have some examples here at a sentence level. Some think it's the best that ever happened to bacon. And at a word level, okay, we are likely to find adjectives and, like I said, comparatives and personal pronouns such as you. You buy, you eat, you try, but it's implicit. Then we have here some examples: crispy, big, fresh, best. Okay, so students are going to create or elaborate their own text. They are going to elaborate their own commercial that is going to be fun for them. But, for example, if you are in a physical education class, you want them to elaborate a commercial about eating healthy food, okay? Not about eating McDonald's food. This was just an example, okay? So you follow the same steps, you follow the framework, and you're covering the 2 things: content, and language. That is the most important thing. Language at word level, LEXIS, and language at a grammar level. Okay, so teachers, that will be all for today. If you found this useful, please give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe and click on the little bell so you don't miss anything. And if you want to know more about methodology, approaches, tips for your lesson, remember to go to our website, okay? TaniaTeacherTraining.com. Teachers, please also write in the comments what you would like us to show you in the following videos. What are you interested in? What do you want to know more about? Okay, we want to know everything about you. Thank you, teachers, for being here today. Remember, never, never stop learning. See you next time. Bye.